I just want to know why it's always a problem when I go visit my girlfriend in Ohio. So as y'all know, I have a girlfriend. She goes to school in Ohio. I go to school in Georgia. We're in a long distance relationship. Old news. And I'm on fall break right now. And coincidentally, her birthday happened to fall within this break. So me being the good boyfriend that I am, I decided to go up there and visit her. Now I don't know if some of y'all have heard of this. It's another type of transportation. It's like a Greyhound, but it's not. It's like less expensive. It's called the MegaBus. So basically, you can go to megabus.com and you can get a really cheap bus ticket to like most places as long as you get it like a month before that time. But y'all already know I had to jump right on it. Now my bus was supposed to leave Atlanta at around 11:59. I may or may not have left my house a little later than I should have. Needless to say, I got there on time. I get to the bus door and the guy's standing there and I hand him my ticket and he looks at me and he just kind of like shakes his head. So I'm just looking at him, I was like, is this not the bus I'm supposed to be on? So he looks at me and he's like, I'm sorry sir, but the bus stop is it's full. I just looked at him and I was just like, it's full? He was like, yes sir, the bus is completely filled and we're full to capacity. So at that point I just looked at him and I was just like, I bought this ticket a month and a half ago. What do you mean the bus is full? He started stuttering and stuff like he couldn't give me like an explanation or nothing. He like walked up to the top of the stairs and tried to like look around. He didn't even like walk to the back of the bus to look and see if there was any seats left. He just kind of glanced and was like, no sir, sorry, the bus is full. So I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do if this bus is full? Like I bought these tickets already. I paid for my ticket for this bus. How am I supposed to get to where I'm supposed to be? Once again, he just looked at me and was like, well, sir, I guess you're just gonna have to call back in the morning. And after that, he walked up the stairs and closed the door in my face and they drove off. Like y'all know how like in movies that they do that? They just be closing the door right in people's face? That is literally what they did to me. I was in shock. So I walked back to my dad's car and I was trying to explain the story to him. So as we're driving back home, I called MegaBus support. A lady picks up and she's like, oh hello, my name is Stacy, MegaBus, blah blah blah, some crap. So I answered and I said, hello, my name is Calvin House, and I proceeded to tell her the rest of my story. But then her response to that was something like, oh, I'm sorry that this is a really big inconvenience, but unfortunately at this time, it does look like you're gonna need to purchase another MegaBus ticket. So I sat there for a second to let that process, and I was like, so I'm gonna have to buy another ticket to get on another bus, all because your bus was full and you oversold your tickets. So I was just like, this is ridiculous. Can I please speak to a manager? After she asked me if she could put me on a brief hold, and I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. So after about 5 minutes of waiting, she gets back on the line. She's like, yes sir, I spoke with my manager, and unfortunately there's nothing we can do at this time about your missed bus. So we will unfortunately have to ask you to purchase another ticket to get to your destination. And I was just like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I was like, could I please speak with your manager, because this is ridiculous that I purchased a ticket a month and a half before my bus was supposed to leave, and you're telling me that I have to purchase another ticket. So I asked her once again, can I please speak to your manager? But then she told me, unfortunately sir, at this time I'm gonna have to disconnect this call because there's nothing else we can do. I hope that you can find an answer to your issue today. And I was like, ma'am, I just please need to speak to your manager. But I wasn't even able to finish that sentence before I just heard a click. Conversation was over. I called back that number quicker than any phone number has ever been called back before. So to my luck, Stacy just happened to be the next available representative. I said, hello Stacy, I was just on the phone with you. I'm just gonna pretend that we lost connection. I'm just gonna pretend that your finger slipped up and hit that end button after you told me that you were gonna disconnect, but I'm gonna just give you the benefit of the doubt because I am a child of God. We forgive and we forget. So I'm just gonna forget that you just hung up me. I'm gonna forgive you for hanging up on me, and we just gonna both move on with our life and start fresh and start this conversation all over again. So after that, she's like, I'm sorry sir, but I have to disconnect this call again because there's nothing that we can physically do about your ticket. And I was like, ma'am, I just want to speak with your manager. What kind of company doesn't allow a customer to speak with their manager? Once again, she hung up. So we went home, looked online, and my dad, being a bargain brown hunter that he is, bless his heart, found a halfway decent price flight scheduled to leave this same morning. So we get to the airport on time, I get to Columbus, I'm there for a couple days. Not gonna go into that whole story about what we did. I will however say that we went to Kings Island and Cedar Point. If y'all haven't been there, they're both in Ohio, y'all should go check it out. In the end, it was a ridiculous experience that I had with MegaBus that should have never happened in the first place. Like, what kind of customer support hangs up on a customer and doesn't allow you to speak with a manager? I wasn't even being rude or nothing. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been that active on YouTube lately. It's been midterms and everything else crazy going on in my life. I told y'all I'll be trying to send out videos as much as possible. But now that I think about it, I should file a complaint to MegaBus. And that's partly why I'm making this video, because they'll raise awareness of why people should not use the MegaBus. Yeah, sure, your tickets are cheap, but if you have bad customer service, how do you expect people, when they have problems, to continue going to your service? So I'm hoping I raise awareness and people see this and they lose customers. for watching, keep subscribing, and I guess I'll see y'all next time. So, see ya.